I think we can all agree that there are some things we'd rather leave in the past. Some things you don't want anyone to see. Whether it be a crappy video you made, a crappy movie someone made, or an embarrassing photo of you at the Christmas party. But in early 2015, I was dared by my classmates to make a monstrosity. Something so awful, I'd rather leave it somewhere where no soul can find it. But f it, I'm reading it anyway. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you get a few giggles, just like I did. So without further ado, I give you the Bastard Child of 50 Shades of Grey and the Hunger Games. 50 Shades of Snow. Peter sat in front of President Snow's office. Peter was nervous. After he lost Katniss and the others, he was nabbed by the Capitol and taken there waiting for what's to come. Peter knew they would probably execute him, or worse. Peter sat silent with his thoughts. Then 2 guards came over and said, "President Snow will see you now." Peter was escorted by the 2 guards to Snow's office. They opened the doors and light filled the entire room, temporarily blinding him with the light. With his eyes adjusted, he saw President Snow looking out his window. In his office, where the light came from. The guards set Peter down on the chair facing his desk. "This is in case you try any funny business," exclaimed the guard, and they handcuffed him to the arm of the chair. "That will be all, gentlemen," said the president. Just like that, the guards left, closing the doors behind them with a thud. The room stood silent with Peter sweating, thinking about his fate. All that could be heard was the ticking of a clock. Then, Peter finally broke the silence. "You're gonna kill me, aren't you?" Why is he a nerd? Why did I make... Whatever. The room stood still. "Isn't it beautiful? The Capitol," said President Snow, breaking the silence. "We worked hard to make this nation what it is today. But to think people want to destroy this way of life and destroy everything our ancestors built," he said in a disappointed tone. "And Peter, I had such high hopes for you. I thought you were one of the good guys, but I guess I was wrong." "What you're doing is wrong, President Snow, and things will change around here very soon," said Peter in a harsh tone. "Well then, Peter, I'm done talking. Where did your friends go? Who took them?" questioned President Snow. "I don't know. I think but I hope they're very far from here," yelled Peter. "Well then, I guess we'll be doing this the hard way," said President Snow with a grin. Peter was nervous as President Snow walked towards his desk and opened the top cupboard. "So, Peter, tell me, how much did it hurt being in the games?" asked President Snow. "What do you mean?" asked Peter, frightened by the question. "Like, how much pain did you feel getting punched, kicked, and swung at?" he asked, fiddling with something in his cupboard. It was the worst pain I've ever felt," said Peter, who felt like his heart was going to burst from stress. "Well, Peter, just you wait. After I'm done, you'll be wishing you were back in the games," said President Snow. "Now tell me, Peter, how does it feel to get hit by my long, hard crowbar?" said President Snow with a chuckle, as he pulled a blue and gray crowbar from the desk drawer. "Oh, I've been waiting for this moment," President Snow said as he moved his way towards Peter. Peter started panicking in his chair, shaking it, hopping to get free, but it was no use. The baker boy just wasn't able to get free. "Prepare yourself, Peter. I'm 50 shades of up." President Snow was standing in front of Peter, breathing heavily. Peter closed his eyes, preparing his body for the pain that he would receive. "Don't worry, I'll be gentle," whispered President Snow into Peter's ear. Then with one big blow, President Snow hit Peter across the face with his crowbar. Peter could feel his mouth start to bleed, and everything started spinning. Then President Snow hit him again in the same place he received the hit. Peter could feel himself fading slowly into unconsciousness. "Oh, Peter," said the president, "looks like you need a little jump start." Peter could feel the pain surging through his face. Barely staying awake, he could make out President Snow coming over with a cart. He could only make out the jumpstart cables and a car battery. Peter could only think he was right about the jumpstart thing. Now, Peter, I'll give you one last chance, said the president. Tell me where they are, or you're going on a power trip. Peter muffled, trying to say he didn't know. He couldn't talk with his mouth covered, and especially after his beating. Oh well, said the president. First, I have to remove something of yours. President Snow took out his knife. Peter struggled in the chair, scared what he was going to cut off. President Snow stabbed his shirt, making a big gash in it, exposing Peter's sweaty, bruised chest. Good, good, said President Snow in an evil tone, as he reached for the pitcher of water, which he used to soak Peter, making him wet, just perfect for his next experiment. Snow then took the jumper cables from the table, hooked them on the car battery, and turned towards Peter, clamping one of the cables to one of Peter's nipples. Peter could feel the cold metal against his bruised body. President Snow had a wide smile on his face as he took the other one and hovered it above Peter's other nipple, circling it, barely touching it. In President Snow's deepest voice, he whispered it to Peter's ear. Boop. Clamping the other nipple cable to his nipple, putting all the volts of electricity for Peter. Peter sat in the chair, shaking with the pain going through his body. Then after a solid 12 seconds, President Snow took off the cables of Peter, leaving Peter gasping for air, recovering from his power trip. That was awful. Well, that was something. That it just ends there. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. More gameplay and parodies coming soon. And I hope you all have a merry inauguration day, popcorn day, whatever day I release this video.